Well, temperatures in North Carolina have definitely been rising. And while that's something that I love, a lot of people might not be familiar with some of the animals that might start coming out with this warm weather. So today on the East Daily Download, we're welcoming Jeff Hall, who is with the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission. Thank you so much for being here today, Jeff.
Thank you for asking me on. I'm glad to be here.
So that's something I wanted to talk about, reptiles and amphibians. If you're walking on the trail, you might see something kind of slithering through the path there, but it might not necessarily be a snake and you might not need to be scared. So I was wondering if you could talk about some of those differences and then advice on what to do if you do encounter a snake in that type of setting.
Sure. You know, a lot of us, ever since COVID-19 came along, a lot of us have used that opportunity to be outside more when we couldn't necessarily go to the movie theater or the restaurant that we like to go to. You know, a lot of people have turned to the outdoors, and a lot of people enjoy various types of wildlife that they might encounter. Maybe songbirds, or maybe they see some gray squirrels or things like that. You know, they're always, it's a white-tailed deer. They're excited to see those types of wildlife. Well, I encourage people to think about all of the species that might be in the woods as part of that same wildlife encounter, right? And so when you're out walking a trail somewhere, you just need to be aware that there could be any of those species that call North Carolina home available and, you know, possibly out there. And similarly, although a little bit more difficult for some people to think about, that snake is also pretty interesting. So let's say happens to be a rat snake on your path as you're walking along. If you just stop a minute and give that animal time and space is always really valuable for any wildlife encounter. And if you can provide that, that animal will keep going about its business and it will leave you completely alone. So, you know, that's an easy thing to do, is just to be aware, be observant when you're out wherever you're going to be, and to allow wildlife to just do whatever it needs to do.